Hello! And I'm going to do a tag, and it's not going to be a horror one, would you believe? Yes, I am going to do, note, same top, several videos, doing all back to back, not a tramp. Right, I am going to do, oh my god, why is my hair so messy when it's all like sunny like this? I'm going to do the horror, no I'm not, have you heard me? The horror corner. I am going to do the comedy tag. This one was made up by Channel Donstar. He left this open for anyone that wanted to do it, so here I am doing the comedy tag. It has 10 questions and I just thought it would be nice to do something a bit different from horror for a change. Every time I say horror now, I want to do Sean Ershin's The Horror Corner. So that I've done it twice, it's out of my system now. Or is it? Number 1. The first movie you really laughed your ass off at. Right. I wonder, are we going back to childhood here? I remember as a child finding the Gremlins really funny. Also as a child, Planes, Trains and Automobiles. But being a kid, I don't think your sense of humour is properly developed and like nothing really kills you like making you laugh. So I'm going with something I saw when I was either 12 or 13, can't remember, at the cinema. It's See No Evil, Hear No Evil. Absolute genius, perfect. Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder. My favourite, still my favourite comedy to this day. Number 2, a movie that is supposed to be funny but you think sucks. I'm going to get unsubscribed to, I'm going to get unfriended here. Right, first of all, I hate the scary movies. Yeah, I think there's maybe one called Epic Movie as well. You know, movies that like are a parody piss tech of other movies. I don't like them. But I'm going to say something that I've never heard anyone else say because most people love this movie. I don't. Airplane. Most people have this right at the top of one of their favourite comedies of all time. I just don't like it. I don't find it funny. I don't know, just isn't funny to me. I'm not going to elaborate any more on that. I'm sure I've annoyed enough people by saying that. Number 3, your favourite movie comedian and why. Right, my favourite comedian, far and above any other comedian that ever existed, is Billy Connolly. He's not a movie comedian. Roles that he's done in movies are mostly straight drama roles. So I am going to go with the double team of Richard Pryor and Gene Wilder for that one. Love them, together especially. I actually also really enjoy Robert De Niro in comedy, so yeah, probably more so than in serious roles. Number 4, a comedy movie you were anticipating to love but didn't. Right, this one was really hard for me because comedies don't tend to be something that I highly anticipate. I do like a good comedy, but I find it is really difficult nowadays to get a good comedy. Most movies may make you raise a bit of a smile or like a chuckle here and there, but nothing really makes me belly laugh in years. I'm going to say the movie Bruno by, or starring Sacha Baron Cohen, purely because I loved Borat so much. It had been many years since I properly laughed so hard I cried, but with Borat I did. And when I heard he was doing another one, Bruno, I was like, oh, this is going to be awesome. It wasn't. There was a couple of scenes in Bruno that did make me laugh hard, but as a whole, the whole film was pretty poor. So I'm going to say Bruno. Number 5, the funniest scene in any funny movie. I'm going to cheat, I'm going to have 2 here. 2 movies that I saw very closely together at the cinema that are right at the top of my list. See No Evil, Hear No Evil and Dirty Rotten Scoundrels. So in See No Evil, Hear No Evil, it's the scene where the police officer is trying to take a picture of Gene Wilder. And obviously anyone that's seen the movie knows that Gene Wilder is deaf and Richard Pryor is blind. And Richard Pryor's trying to get Gene Wilder to look at the camera, but he obviously can't see where Gene Wilder is looking. Gene Wilder has to keep looking at him to read his lips, and he keeps looking away. You'll know the scene, I'm sure, but it's just after that when the police officer says he's got the mens rea. Obviously that's a legal term. But Gene Wilder doesn't know what this is, and someone is trailing him up a corridor and he's like lying back and his feet are like wiggling in the air and he says, "No, no, not the mens rea. How could this have happened? And I think he says, I always wore a condom. I don't know what it is exactly he says, but the mens rea scene from See No Evil, Hear No Evil cracks me up. Just love it.
It's ballistics report. What do you got?
I think I can prove to a judge that both of these men had the mens rea.
What the hell is a mens rea?
It's a legal term the lawyers use. It just means the intention to commit a crime.
Okay, come on, let's go.
Mens rea?
Put the cuffs on him.
How could we have gotten mens rea?
Don't worry about it. Come on, get up, will you?
Did we take blood?
Would you get up for crying out loud? Get up.
Please rise. Can you do it without taking blood?
Stupid. He's deaf. You have to be facing him. The lab says that gun you were holding was a death weapon.
But we both use condoms. How is this possible?
I want to see a lawyer. That's not all, Mr. Carew.
I want to see a doctor.
We found something in the apartment of the deceased, Mr. Scott.
I don't want to use your blood test.
Scotto!
Can I have an independent blood test?
Found your name on a marker in Mr. Scotto's wallet. W. Carew, $2,800 overdue.
Because I owe him money. I feel sick.
What are you doing? You owe the guy $3,000. He comes to bust your head, and your boyfriend here lets him have it.
He is not my boyfriend.
Mens rea! Oh! Oh! My God! No!
From Dirty Rotten Scoundrels, it is Ruprecht. Steve Martin's Monkey Boy Ruprecht routine. Ingenious, absolutely incredible. I won't quote it, but oh my god, why is the cork on the fork? I did quote it, but yeah, those two scenes. Number 6, a comedian everyone loves but you hate. I have listed 4 here. I don't like Eddie Murphy. I don't find him remotely funny. I don't know if anyone in America knows who Roy Chubby Brown is. He is an English comedian and he is not funny. He's vulgar to the point of just saying things to get shock out of people, but he's not a funny person. Don't like him. I don't like Eddie Izzard. His humour is very, there's a word for it, and I just don't like the form of humour. I like observational humour. His is very surreal, it's like surrealistic. I don't like that. He does an entire joke in French, and it basically keeps talking about a monkey being in a tree, and it's like, this isn't, why is everyone laughing at this? It's not funny. But yeah, Eddie Izzard. And Lee Evans. Apologies if people in America don't know who any of these are, because I've listed 3 out of 4 of these comedians are English. Lee Evans' comedy style is very similar to Michael Crawford's character in the thing he goes, oh Betty, I don't know what's that called. Yeah, you know the thing I mean anyway. He's very over the top, he's very throws himself around a lot, just OTT. It doesn't find, don't like it. Number 7, a comedy film not praised enough that everyone should see. I find this so hard, because any comedy that I really enjoy is one that everyone knows about. I've chosen What We Do in the Shadows, which I know everyone in the horror community knows of, but it's not very widely known in a mainstream audience. Obviously it's the one about the vampires living together. All from different eras. Incredible movie. I hadn't actually seen this movie until about maybe 6 years ago, and I absolutely loved it. It was recommended by an old work colleague of mine to me. Loved it. Another one I've written down here which I found quite funny is called Zack and Mary Make a Porno. It just, it's that horror gross out comedy that just is like, no, you're not doing this, but it makes you laugh. I like that one. And an older one with Cameron Diaz called Very Bad Things. I think Christian Slater's in that also, and I really like that one. And there was one that me and my husband watched recently, and one scene in it creased me up. What's the one with James Franco and him out of Breaking Bad? He plays Walter White, Bryan Cranston, and it's something about James Franco is going to marry Bryan Cranston's daughter. I think it's called something like Not Him or something like that. But if you've seen that movie, the scene with the toilet, I cried. I laughed so much at that scene. And I'm being really vague. I can't remember the name of it. But yeah, Bryan Cranston. Forgotten it. James Franco, look it up. There's a scene with the toilet in it that's just one of the funniest things I've seen in years. Number 8. Favourite TV comedy show. This is easy. At the moment, The Goldbergs, I'm just watching to death. I've almost finished all of it. I'm not happy that I've almost finished all of it. I hope they're doing loads more of it. I love it. It's got that lovely feel of things that I used to watch as a kid, like The Wonder Years. Is it The Wonder Years? Just that family. I know it's not family, it's got swearing and stuff in it, but it's so funny. Prior to that, I love The Office. I've only started watching the US Office relatively recently, but I love the UK Office. I love Extras. It's weird in that I love most TV that Ricky Gervais does, but I don't enjoy him stand-up. I find his stand-up, he pushes it too far sometimes to get a reaction, and a lot of the time it's quite cruel comedy. But when it comes to his TV shows, I love them. Number 9. What do you like best? Gross out comedy or slapstick comedy? Definitely gross out comedy. Although my favourite comedy is observational humour. Is anything Billy Connolly does. That's just my type of humour. Number 10, and finally, who is today's best comedian? Already answered. It has been for many, many years and will continue to be Billy Connolly. I love the man. Yeah, I just love him, adore him. He's fantastic. So yeah, I will stop prattling there. This is a comedy tag. Right, I do not know which of my YouTube friends are comedy fans, so I am not going to tag individuals in this, because I'm sure people see me coming up with a tag or doing a tag and think, oh Christ, hope she's not going to tag me in this. So I'm not going to tag anyone in this, but if you want to do it, I would really, really like to see your answers. It'd just be nice to talk about something different for a change. Obviously, if you do it, if you credit Channel Donstar, I will put his link in the description below. And obviously let him know if you do it as well, and let me know, because I would love to see it. I would like to see what other types of movies you guys like, apart from horror. So yeah, I will leave it at that. So, one more to do today, the So Bad It's Good tag by Queenie Todd. No, I was tagged by Queenie Todd, so I will go now and do that one. So it's Over and Out from Lisa Lives.